Many of you know that we make annual evaluations. What is the where we're standing, what is happening, and I would like to recap what are the findings based on the questionnaire that was distributed 2 weeks ago or for 2 weeks, and the survey was just closed. So this is very hot and fresh information, and let me update you with what has happened and what we have focused on. The past 2 years are really specific, that we are really indulging into the digital world. Online meetings are our everyday reality, and the online meetings take 3 times the time as the usual, and then you are just jumping from one meeting to another, and you basically don't have any time to fulfill all the tasks resulting from the online meeting. So it would be great to have designated staff that would just go from one online meeting to another. So we needed to reframe ourselves. We needed to focus more on the digital, and when it comes to our work groups, we also needed to shift them online, and we needed to restart certain things. We have 4 working groups in BIM Association. We focus on the level of needed information, where we are trying to define the purpose of the use of information in the lifestyle. We focus on the geometric details and classification sets. That's what Lars was talking about. And Marcia was then talking about the non-graphic level of details. We also then divided into subgroups, engineering, constructions, and then land constructions, and the parameters that are used. And it has been already presented. I won't go into details. The discussions we hold on regular basis needed to be restructured either according to the valid regulations, pandemic regulations. We carry different online seminars, and I need to say that our members really enjoy discussing the legislation or bills or the simulations, 5D simulations, and others. We also organize things for our students. We organize events with all faculties of constructions in Slovakia. The lectures that we have held were online, so this is how we work with them. We're really trying to raise the awareness on BIM among the students. But not only we organize lectures, but the students have a hands-on experience with different softwares. And the universities are really interested in this because they see the competitiveness and they see the competition that they are competing with the Czech universities as well. So they are really trying. They are trying to keep the pace, and actually BIM is a subject that is taught at the Faculty of Construction at the Slovak Technical University, and the others are going to pick it up. This is a BIM challenge and online award contest. Students are really interested, and I do think that, well, we had about 30 participants in this contest, and those are really high performers, and companies were interested in recruiting them. This is our member base. I'm very glad that the companies see the importance and the meaning of BIM. There is a variety of product partners, contractors, constructors, suppliers. So this topic really rings a bell and is very important. It's becoming to be important when it comes to BIM implementation. I would like to thank the Slovak Chamber of Architects, then engineers, Geodetical Association. We are trying to disseminate our questionnaire that focuses on assessing the use of BIM in Slovakia. As you can see, in total we have had almost 8,000 participants. This year it was almost 1,400. This is a quick look into the results. We do have 63% from the construction, from the land construction, and then engineering. You see the breakdown of the participants. Most of them are architects and designers, and then constructors and other professions. For the first time, we have broken the threshold of 20%, and that is that 20% of our participants use BIM. This is a great piece of news. The blue stands for those who use BIM, orange stands for those who are interested and plan to do it, and 49% see no meaning in using BIM, and they will be always in gray. So we see we are hitting, we are standing at the level of 51%, which is great. I was rather proud. Yesterday we had a meeting with Marcela and Lars, our keynote speakers, and there were some other members, there were some other people, and I was walking them through Bratislava, showing them which constructions used BIM. When it comes to land construction, the level of BIM use is at the level of 30%, and in engineering constructions it is lower. It is at the level of 31%. Most of those utility or engineering constructions they are in public interest, be it highways or other constructions. And they definitely, those contractors need to have a clear signal from the state that the BIM should be used. For instance, there's another example of planned project on public railways. And unfortunately, the agreement was not made. But I know some public projects where with a clear requirement to use BIM. Use of BIM over the time, we see that 33% of our participants use BIM for 6+ years. And then there are freshmen, so to say, 15%. And there are companies with great level of experience, and they can compete, be it private or public investor, and they can use it. This is an overview of the change of figures in the land construction. There's 22%, and in the engineering constructions, since there is no requirement, no push from the state to use BIM, the level was lower. The project designing is interesting. 33%. If you look at development, the 33% claim to use BIM in their work. Construction is a bit lagging behind, and facility management stands at 18%. Unfortunately, the sample was extremely small. I wouldn't say that we are really talking about 18%. We are talking about 0.5% when it comes to facility management using BIM. If we were to make it representative, this was not a representative quantity of participants. Part of the participants use CAD systems, other systems, and 31% applies BIM at all of their projects. This is a new question that we started asking last year. And yesterday we were talking about a joint or common data environment. And as we see, or CDE, we see 30% saying yes, that they use it, but unfortunately 70% doesn't. So we can expect higher level of inefficiency because the information may be lost, because they send it to each other via WeTransfer or other means. That means the communication is not effective. We try to talk to all the stakeholders and actors that the key is the execution plan, or the key is the definition of what you need. And only 11% really use this BIM execution plan and in all stages. But this is very little. If you have a client, if you are a designer, if you are the implementer, it's really crucial to define what you are going to supply. And if I am going to make a parallel, like Lars was saying, that if you want a car, but you do not provide a detailed definition of what you want, then you may end up with Dacia instead of BMW. Clear definition of your needs and expectations has an implications on money and labor and everything. 68% says that they would use BIM out of their own initiative. Business partners don't require a use of BIM, and this is connected to another area. When anybody asks you to use BIM, 73% of the rest of the participants to the survey claim that nobody has ever asked them to use BIM, and many investors don't have an idea that their projects were implemented in BIM. They basically don't care, and those studios or the implementers, the managers do it without the investors knowing it. There are certain barriers to BIM implementation. We see that there's an increasing number of people says that missing standards and procedures are really a challenge and a problem. 38%. Of course, it would be very good for the state to chip in. And I want to dive into the issue of legislation, because Janka Hlavata is going to talk about legislative aspects. you see that this doesn't add to 100%, but because there were multiple possibilities, multiple responses, but definitely price was also one of the obstacles. How do they assess the use of BIM in their institution? 43% do not expect that they will use BIM. However, there is a certain level, 21% expect BIM to be used in their company. We expect that this will change, and the market is changing and is moving this direction, and I do believe that the companies will pick it up quite soon. Thank you very much for your attention. If anybody is interested in talking to me, this is where you find me, and let's smoothly go to the next speaker.